Hi everyone, welcome back to Homazooma, where we build wealth around your house. Today we're going to be talking about business plans and what you need to do, and well, actually the thing is, you don't need a business plan. See, you absolutely do not need a business plan. And taking a page out of Sir Richard Branson's book and philosophy, who of course you know runs the Virgin Empire, his philosophy is screw it, just do it. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of why you don't need a business plan, I'd like to tell you about something that's pretty interesting. Sir Richard Branson left school when he was 15 or 16. I think it was, 15 or 16 in any case, and began to build his empire because he just said, screw it, just do it. And the shocking part is that in an interview, which you can find on YouTube, he was talking about his board meetings. This is well into his empire, where he had probably at that time dozens of companies. He was sitting in the boardroom and he did not know the difference between gross profit and net profit. Now, can you imagine that? Now, here is a brilliant person building an empire, not knowing the most basic thing about profit. So how did he do it? Well, he did it simply because what he focused on is the business that he wanted to build. Now, one of the most important things to be very successful in business, aside from all the business knowledge, which clearly you don't need, no matter what anybody tells you, is you need to build a product or have a service that betters people's lives. That's it. So let's just make a note of that. So you better lives. Now, that's it. That's all you need to do. Whether you're making cookies or have an internet business or an auto mechanic shop, in all those cases, your customers are going to be happier, more fulfilled, and have a better quality of life because they interacted with what you created or the service you provided. So if you simply focus on doing something that makes a difference, you will succeed. So don't worry about all that mundane stuff. Now let's talk about let's drill down a little bit about why you don't need a business plan. So here's your business plan, or should I say, no business plan. Well, who wants a business plan? You can go on the internet and spend all kinds of money buying all kinds of business plan templates because they tell you your bank is going to need a business plan. Investors will need a business plan. Thing is, you're going to spend all this time putting this together, filling it out boxes, doing research, doing stuff, all kinds of stuff you don't understand. And the moment you finish it, it's already outdated. It's useless. Now, another problem with business plans, of course, is that most things don't apply. All these scenarios of what ifs and wherefores and all these contingencies, why bother thinking about all that stuff when they probably won't even apply in the first place? Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Other thing is, of course, the stuff you put into business plans, again, most things never happen. Things change in your business every day. You know, scenarios change. You're growing, you're changing stuff. So all that stuff you put into business plans will probably never happen. So what does all this lead to? Fear. Because all of a sudden, all you want to do is bake cookies and sell a few cookies. And you have to put all this business plan stuff together. Well, it's going to stop you dead in your tracks because you're going to get scared. Here's another interesting point about business plans. Nobody will read it. Ha! I will never read a business plan. ever. So, and the thing is, you won't either. You won't even read your own business plan because you'll be too busy doing it. So, when you put all this stuff together, what it amounts to is a business plan may actually prevent you from getting started, from doing it. So let me just, highlight that a little bit. A business plan, for all these reasons, may just simply prevent you from actually getting started in business. So, now let's see, you still need a plan, right? You still need to know what you're doing. Well, what we did is we created what is simply called Tell a Friend Action Plan. That's all you need. Because when you have an idea about something, when you want to do something, the first thing you do is you phone up your friend, you talk to your parents, your kids, your whoever, and you tell them about all the stuff you want to do. That is your action plan. That is the moment where you say, screw it, I'm doing it. Because you have already considered everything. So now think about this. When you're on the phone or at the dinner table and you're telling your friends and your family about what you want to do, what are you actually doing? So if this is your action plan, what you're actually telling everybody is your summary. I want to bake cookies. That's it. That's your product. So you're telling them exactly what you're going to do. About your product, which in this case could be cookies. So you're giving them the executive summary of the official business plan. You're telling them, I'm going to bake some cookies. Now, the other thing is you're going to tell them about how you're going to get started. Well, what you're going to tell them is, I'm going to buy some flour, and I'm going to mix up my first batch of cookies, and I'm going to bake some cookies. Because really, that's all you're doing. You're creating a product. Then you're going to tell them, then they're going to say to you, well, I was going to buy your cookies. So then you address your marketing. Business people have this highfalutin terminology, most of these people, of course, are not entrepreneurs. They're going to tell you, well, have you found a marketing strategy or defined your marketing strategy and they're going to use all kinds of words that nobody understands and nobody cares because all you're telling them is, I'm going to make some cookies and I'm going to sell them to the through the local supermarkets. And by the way, even the major chains support local businesses like that by letting you sell your cookies in their markets. So you're going to tell them that who's going to buy my cookies? Well, we have children that go to school. We're going to make the fantastic cookies. People who shop in local bakeries that want to offer more products and the grocery stores. All these people who love cookies are going to buy my product. Who's going to buy my product? People who love cookies. And I make the best cookies ever. You guys know that because you guys always tell me to make my cookies. So that's sort of... then we're talking about, sort of marketing step one. Now we got marketing step two. So they say to you, so how are you going to advertise this? Do you have an advertising campaign? Do you have an advertising budget? And you say, well, no, you don't need all that. How are you going to tell the world? Well, there's tons of ways to do that. You can just go to the grocery store, you can visit the store owner, you can send around flyers, you can put notes into your kids' lunch bags telling all the parents, you can put up Post-its. There's like 50 different ways that you can tell the world that you bake the best cookies in the world. Then they say, well, of course, with full authority, how much money are you going to make on this? And then you talk about all the money. The thing is, you will make money eventually. But you don't start out by building a cookie empire Martha Stewart, as an example, started her empire in her basement. Also applying these very same basic, simple business principles, also probably with no formal business plan, because your focus is, I want to bake cookies because they're fantastic, and anybody who eats my cookies is going to have a better cookie experience, is going to have a healthier cookie, is going to have a better, happier minute because they're eating my cookies. I'm going to bake some cookies in my oven. I'm going to go to the local supermarkets. I'm going to put up some flyers. And then I'll probably sell my first batch of cookies. And then you tell them, I'll figure out the next step. All I got to worry about now is selling the first batch of cookies. Now, what we're doing for you guys is we have on the Homazooma website a section called Tell a Friend Action Plan. Fill it out. Don't take more than 10 minutes because your first ideas are usually the best ideas. Don't worry about the grammar or making it sound formal or businesslike. It's designed in a way that it is truly a tell a friend action plan, because ultimately business is just that. It's just an idea with action behind it. That's it. So fill it out, submit it to us, and one person every month will spend an hour with either Tracy Thomas, my co-founding partner, or myself, and we're going to have a great discussion, a great chat about your action plan to help you make it happen. So, tune in next time.